Have you heard a dying person's last words? If so, what were they? 1. I'm a retired firefighter, art medic, so I've heard a whole lot. But the one I remember the most was my grandfather. I was the only one with him in the hospital. He was in and out of consciousness and not very lucid. Then he opened his eyes, looked at me and said, "We had a hell of a time, didn't we, son?" And then he died. My grandfather raised me, and he was like a father, a grandfather, best friend rolled into one for me. And yes, in the 30 years I knew him, we did have one hell of a good time. 2. My brother, sister, and father were all gathered around my mother at the end, and she opened her eyes and asked for a hug. Her last words were, "Gimme a hug." We all hugged her and she closed her eyes, and that was it. Frick cancer. 3. Too many. I worked 9/11 for many years. Perhaps the worst was along the lines of, "I just want to be sure someone will find my body before my kids get home." Caller hung herself. 4. I love you, man. Goodbye, said to me by a close friend that leukemia took out in the 80s. I had the privilege to hold his hand as he passed. 15-year-old me up for a while.